Hello, welcome to the Dandy DIYer. I'm Elizabeth. This is a fragmented video. I filmed it as I was doing these tips and tricks, and you'll be seeing how I come about remnants and parts and pieces that I use in DIYs here on the channel. Additionally, since we've been doing all of our donating and organizing and decluttering, you will second guess and maybe reconsider before you throw it away or donate it. You can repurpose it, upcycle it, and reuse it. So these are my time treasured tricks that I've used for many, many years. Now, if you're not a seamstress, you don't sew, that's okay. There is a secret key word. It is called stitch witchery. So if you can turn on a clothing iron, you may benefit from this too. And if you watch my channel, that means you're a DIYer. You're very creative, and you'll pick up some ideas, and you'll have the insider's edition of how I come about my remnants and parts and pieces that I use to do DIYs on this channel, and you'll be able to take that away from this video. So as I always tell you, if you feel that this is a video someone else could gain something from and enjoy it, share it out. Also put your tips and tricks in the comment box so I can pin them. That benefits other people who watch the video. So let's get started on this parts and pieces fragmented video that I filmed as I was doing these little tricks that I do, and let me know what you think. After all, we have been decluttering, organizing, and donating, as well as cleaning. And clothing is one of those things. If you do sew, if you're a seamstress, you have a magic ability to do some updates and alterations to your already clothes, and you can repurpose them. As a DIYer on this channel, I repurpose mine all the time. It could be the next rug, the next curtain, the next quilt, about anything. You can repurpose all of your clothing and donate, and things that are wore out, let them go. Another way that you can salvage something that you really like, this blouse right here, the elastic is too tight around my arms and it's really uncomfortable. I really don't like the way that it grasps my arm, and it hits at right below the bend of my elbow towards my forearm, and it's just really restricting. So what I've done is I've removed the elastic from out of this, and I'm going to hem these sleeves and see how that works. Where I've removed this elastic, I'm going to press this out, and I may even put a broader cuff to it, but right now it's kind of got a 1/4 inch seam there, and I'm just going to press it and stitch that back and see how that works, and then that way I can still enjoy this blouse. So now I've made the change to my sleeve, pressed it out, stitched it down, and pressed it to relax the stitches, and I think this is going to be much better, just like having a new blouse. And that's just a few things that we do, being frugal, budget-wise, and pay good money for a name brand with quality. And now I can still benefit and use my nice blouse. So here's a tip on what you can do when you have pillows that are stained, worn out, or mismatched, and you're through with them. This one had this trim on it. This is an embroidered trim, and this could work really good for quilting and so forth. Just cut that part off. I cut all of that off, and now the rest of this I can go ahead and throw it away, or if it's bad stained, you know, like this one, it's got some other things going on with it, it's no good, so it's just ready to be let go of. It's done all it can do and given us many years of use. So I can benefit from the trim that's on it, the embroidered trim. And I just roll that onto a board. I have several cut here and taped it off, and I will put that in my grouping with the rest of my items that I've done that are similar. Another thing is if you repurpose the fitty sheets from this, when you cut off the elastic, wrap that onto a board, and that way you can keep it. Those make great ties when you're tying up other pieces, and you may even want to tie it around this, but it's really, really handy. And you can also still use this elastic in another alteration, or maybe you're fixing your pajama pants like I do and you need a very thin elastic, and that's just the elastic off of a fitty sheet, and I've already used part of it, so it will yield you a lot. And then like pillowcases that are cotton fabric that are in good shape, you can take and wind them up on a board. Go ahead and label them so that you know you can use that as scrap fabric. And then when you have some that are vintage, like this one for example, this vintage fabric, that would make excellent scrap fabric to use for your quilting. And this is also a cotton denim canvas curtain panel. It's just a single panel. It's faded out and no longer in use, so it makes great scrap fabric. And that right there is a bundle. Here is a leftover sheer skirt. This is a table scarf. It has a hole right in the center of it, and it's about that big now, so I decided I could use the rest of it in some of my crafting, and so therefore I've wound it up and I can save it. And just that simple. I have a lot of stock already that can be used. Binding, same way. This is already corded. It's got the cord in it. It has the fabric, and this would be nice trim on another project. So there's a way that you can repurpose and upcycle your linen, bedding, and of course clothing will work the same way. You do not have to be spending money on expensive designer clothes. When you go shopping, go with intentions, with a goal in mind, which is what I do now. There's more videos to enjoy right here on the channel. At the end of this video, you can click on one of the boxes on the sides of the screen, and it'll take you to more videos about DIYs, living frugal, budget-friendly tips and tricks. We've been doing decluttering, organizing, and donating on the channel, so there's a lot of information there, and you can also check out the tips and tidbits playlist for more on the short videos if that's what you enjoy. Hit the thumbs up to like this video, and be sure to share it with someone you feel will benefit from this information and enjoy DIYs. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. That way you receive notification each and every time I put up a new video. So until the next DIY, frugal, budget-friendly, tip or trick, this is Elizabeth, and I'll be crafting y'all.